What's up everyone? Welcome back. I have another video for you guys today. It's a bit of an update video for some of the tools that I had reviewed previously in my other videos, as well as some other tools from my toolbox that you guys haven't seen yet that I'd like to show you guys, some of my favorite tools. Sorry for the little hiatus. The kids brought home every virus known to man from school and got everybody sick, and on top of that, it's been raining for like 5 days straight. It's been horrible out here, but today was our first ray of sunshine, literally our first ray of sunshine. And I figured I'd get back to it and give you guys another video. So without further ado, let's get to it. All right, I figured I'd start you guys off with the updated stuff, which would be the icon stuff, and then I'll save the best for last for you guys. So keep you guys sticking around for the video. So first off, we're gonna start off with the icon double box ratchet set. I put a little bit of use on this. It's been about 2 months, give or take, since the last time you guys seen this. I just picked out one. It comes with like 5 or 6. I forgot what it is. I'll probably put it right about here so you can see what it is and what it costs. But I've used this pretty consistently, besides certain spots where I can't use this length. I'm pretty satisfied with it. I really do like it. It keeps its stiffness, I guess you could say, when it comes to these ratchet. Like if I shake it, it doesn't really wobble. I mean, if I give it a good like whip, of course it's gonna go, but for the most part it doesn't go. So wherever position I need it, if it's about there, if I need to reach in somewhere, it's gonna stay. It's not like one of those floppy ones where it's just gonna flop all over the place till you put your hand on it. The only gripe I really have is the fact that it doesn't lock. I know I said it's pretty sturdy as far as staying there, but I still would like that locking head. There's certain points where like you go to reach in somewhere and you're like touching stuff, and if it moves it out the way while you're pushing stuff down, then it kind of gets annoying. You gotta put it back in position, slide it in there. That way you can use the ratchet end. But other than that, I absolutely love these. Highly recommend these for anybody. There's a few out there that compare. I'll probably put something else over here that compares to it. Most likely the snap-ons or something like that. They're super expensive, but for the price, you really can't beat it. Highly recommend picking one of these up, especially if you work on cars, serpentine belts, and stuff like that. There's not a lot of places other than engine bays that I need to use this, because for forklifts there's a lot of low clearances and little tight places that you can't really put this in there. But other than that, great tool. So let's get into the next one. Next up, we have the icon ratchets, the oversized ones, the big sizes. All in all, they're great build quality. The ratchet feels pretty good. I've used these a handful of times. I wouldn't say everyday use, because there's not a lot of bolts that actually need these kind of sizes, but there's some like hydraulic connectors and some like fittings on pumps that use these sizes, which is what I use it for. They've been great. No huge issue. The one gripe I do have is the length of it. Yes, it looks pretty long. This is my forearm. It's the size of my forearm, but for bolts this size, you actually do need a little bit longer of a wrench so you can get that leverage to either break them loose or tighten them up properly. For comparison, I'm gonna whip out the regular icon set. This is the regular icon. I'm gonna pick out the biggest one, which is the 3/4. This is a standard size. I have them in metric and standard, but this is the 3/4 inch, and it's almost the same size as the 1 1/4. Yes, it's about 1 more inch, so you have a little bit more leverage, but for nuts this size or bolts this size, you should have something a little bit longer. That way you have that leverage to break something loose or tighten it up. There's not many tight places you're going to be using something like this. For really tight places with big sizes, I usually recommend like a service wrench. It's usually like an open-ended with a very short handle. But other than that, it has been fantastic. I really like it. Like I said, my only gripe is the length. The fact that it's barely longer than the 3/4 inch, it kind of bothers me, because you don't really have that leverage. There's been 1 or 2 times I've actually had to put another wrench or pipe. I usually use the other wrench. If you guys are mechanics, you guys know the trick where you put them similar to this, like that, and then you break them loose. I don't really like doing that with my tools, especially like stuff like this with ratchet ends. I know they're not supposed to be made for breaking stuff loose, but let's be real, as mechanics, we do what we got to do to break it loose and keep it moving. And with the lifetime warranty, it should be good to go. So that is my biggest gripe on this, but I highly recommend these icon wrenches. They have held up. They've been amazing. I can't really say anything bad about them besides the length. So highly recommend picking this up, especially for the bang for the buck. I believe there's other brands out there that are double if not triple the price, so definitely pick these up. Definitely professional style. highly recommend. Now, with that said, let's get into the tools you guys haven't seen. All right, first up for the tools that you guys haven't seen is my Tekan 3/8 ratchet, the foldable. It's amazing. I love this thing. I'll put a picture right over here to see how much it costs and what it is, but it's reversible, obviously. It has a locking quick release button on top, so that way when you put your socket on there, it's locked on nice and tight. What I use this for is for really tight spaces, is really what it's designed for, obviously. But the good thing about that is you can put your socket on there and reach wherever you got to go. No matter what you hit, it's not going to fall out anywhere. So that's why I recommend the quick release, especially for stuff like this in tight places. Cool feature on it, it folds, and you can use it as a little palm ratchet. So if you need that little extra length, if something's in the way, let's say wires or a wall or something like that, fold it out of the way. It doesn't touch your quick release, if you can see in the video. It doesn't touch your quick release, so you'll never accidentally like undo your socket or whatever. We can use it as a palm ratchet. That way you can get certain hard to reach places where you can just stick your hand really, and you can't really put a ratchet in there. This is where this steps in. Really love this thing. Don't quote me on it. It'll probably be over here somewhere, the price, but I believe it was like $25 or something like that. Great investment. If anybody, English is hard. If any of you guys know Tekan, you guys know they have a lifetime warranty. So if anything actually breaks or happens to this, I believe it's just take a picture, send it into them, and after a couple days you'll get your you'll get a brand new one, or they'll send it in for service. I forgot what it is. I'll look into that more for you guys, but I know it's a lifetime warranty. So highly recommend the Tekan stuff. Super high quality, professional grade. This is one of those tool truck killer tools, I guess, tool truck killer brands. Highly recommend that. Love this thing. All right, next up we have the Husky 6-piece thin head axis wrench. Like I said, I like to buy tools that are all lifetime warranty. I could just walk into any Home Depot and warranty this out. But this tool set is basically a thin combination wrench, or spanner head, like some other people call them. They're basically thin access. I strictly use these to get into hydraulic lines that are behind fork positioners. If you're in the business, you know what I'm talking about. There's some hydraulic pistons that they basically right next to each other that allow the forks to open and close. Sometimes there's hydraulic lines right behind them where you can't really get to them with any other wrench, and the only other option is really to take apart half of the carriage to get to those hydraulic lines. That's when this comes in. This I'm able to squeeze in between certain places that normally a regular combination wrench wouldn't reach. I can get in between there, get whatever connection I need loosened up. That way I can get in with my hand and take it out from there. But highly recommend these. They've been good. They haven't let me down. I have no drawbacks with these really whatsoever. You don't really put a whole lot of force on these, but they feel extra sturdy. They actually feel really strong. Let's see if I could flex this in the video. I'm putting a good amount of force on these. I can't really get it to flex, so they're actually pretty sturdy. I'm sure if I put this on a vise and try to bend it, they will, but for the most part, they're really well built. The open ends, actually I was going to say open end side, but they're both open end. They have a bit of a hook at the end of them to help grab with some of these fasteners. I don't know if you guys can pick that up in the video or not, but I have no complaints. They've been solid. They work great. I've never rounded out anything with this. It's really good. They come with metric and standard in one convenient case. The metric goes from 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17. So there are some skips as well as standard. Standard is 3/8, 7/16, ½ inch, 9/16, 5/8, and 11/16. But these are all the sizes I need. If this doesn't work for you, then that's a whole different story. But I tend to find that these are the most generic sizes and it works great. So if anything ever happens to this, I could just walk into a Home Depot, say, hey, this one's damaged, this one's broken. I would just go and grab another one and they warranty it for you. So highly recommend picking this up if you need thin access wrenches. Let's get into the next one. Next up are my Icon crow's feet. You've probably seen this in some of my other videos where I go over my toolbox and stuff like that, but never really gave it its shine. But in reality, I actually do use these a lot, at least in my forklift industry. Some of you guys might not use it as much, but I highly recommend any toolbox to have these. There's certain bolts and certain fasteners that you can't get a traditional way. So this comes in handy. These crow's feet, I've used and abused these. Yes, they're scratched up and dirty and greasy. I don't know if you guys can pick that up in the video. Let's see, yeah, I use them a whole lot, but I love them. They're great. Once you put them on a ratchet or a socket, let me see if I can pull out my little stubby. This was the one that locks, but they're pretty sturdy on there. I love it. It's great. It's gotten me out of so many jams. Every mechanic should have some type of crow's feet on there, whether it be this style or the Lyle fuel injector sockets. I'll probably put that over here somewhere so you can see what I'm talking about. These can get you out of a bind, get you out of certain situations, help tighten up certain fasteners that you can't really get to with a normal wrench or sockets. So highly recommend these Icon sets. They're built great. They're pretty hefty. They haven't rounded out any bolts that I know of yet. There's not much else to say. They're simple tools. They're literally an open-end wrench with a socket to put a 3/8 ratchet on there. You can put an extension on there, get far in wherever you got to go and take out what you need, or you can just put them directly onto the tool itself, so that way you can get that weird angle. There are angle wrenches and stuff like that, but there's certain angles that these can get to that a regular angle wrench can't. Not much to say. I have them in metric and standard. I'll probably put both of those somewhere over here so you can see how much they cost, but not much else to say. They are a great set, and this little holder is actually pretty convenient. I probably will eventually change to the holder where I can just stack them up together. That way I can take up less room in the toolbox, but for what they come in, it's not too bad. I actually have them in my toolbox just like this. This is how they lay. This is how they are. Fantastic. If you guys have any experience with this, any negative experiences, positive experiences, let me know. Put them in the comments down below. But all in all, great tool. Let's go to the next one. All right. So this is the next one. This is the Tekan Socket Set. I believe it's, I forgot what it's called. I'll probably put it somewhere over here, obviously. Let me do my little overlay. But it's a no skip set. It goes from 6mm all the way up to, I believe it's 24 millimeter. No skips. What you see is what you get. You get your swivel. You get your, I believe this is like a 2-inch, 3-inch extension. A bit driver socket. What is this? A step down? Nope, just a 1-inch extension, as well as this one. I believe this is a 1.5 or 2-inch wobble. You get your 3 or 4-inch extender. I forgot what this is. Great knurling, feels great, solid, same lifetime warranty like I mentioned in some of the other Tekan stuff. The ratchet, I absolutely love, with one caveat. I should have picked it up with the comfort grip. Other than that, it is a great ratchet. This is probably one of my best ratchets inside my toolbox. My favorite, if you guys watched my videos before, is the gear wrench one. It's not the highest quality and the highest price. Let me show you guys. It's not the craziest, most expensive one in the world, but I do love this comfort grip. Feels great, and teeth mechanism is fantastic. So I do love this. This is my favorite, the one I use every day. But certain situations where I would need another ratchet, or I need something that just feels a little better, or sometimes it's just pick my poison type of day when I just pick it up and I take it. But same locking quick release button up top for your sockets. So if you want to put your socket on there, you don't have to press it. Oh, you do have to press it. Sorry, yes. It locks on there. No matter how hard I pull, I can't get that out. Quick release. Great for when you're getting into engine bays and stuff like that, where you don't want to lose your socket. That's when these really come in handy. But all in all, it's a great mechanism. I don't know if you guys can hear that. I'll probably mute the music. The mechanism feels great. If I'm not mistaken, it is very close comparison to some of the snap-on ones, the head shape as well. Reversible right up top. It's recessed, so that doesn't get touched with anything. The full metal one feels good in the hands. The grip is great. It's kind of a traditional, like, fluted. Is that fluted? Yeah, it's considered fluted handle. But to me, if I would have got the comfort grip, I would have been a lot happier. But either way, fantastic set, especially with the lifetime warranty. God forbid something happens to this, I can always send it back, take a picture, and get another one. It's serviceable too. You got your little star screws there where you can take this apart, clean it. I did have it for a while, but I don't use it a whole lot, so I don't see myself needing to clean it right now. And actually still sounds good, so it is what it is. You get shallow, you get deep. I also have them in metric as well, I mean standard as well. The standard one only comes with these 2 rows, so this is not on there. I'll show you guys a picture of that in the video somewhere. But same thing, no skips. Love that set. This is by far my favorite set, probably my most professional set. This one will go with me to the grave, most likely. So highly recommend this one. So like I said, save the best for last. If you like what you see, thumbs it up. You don't, thumbs it down. I prefer if you keep it moving, but do what you got to do. Some of you guys are really vocal. I love to comment with you guys. I try to keep it PG and family friendly, so if you guys could do that too, that'd be great. If not, have fun, blow up the comments. If you guys want to see anything in particular, or if you guys like what you see, don't like what you see, if you have any comments, anything, let me know. I'll try to get back to you guys. I try to be as active on YouTube as possible, besides obviously the last week that my kids got us all sick. But peace.